Hello class, this is Cleo Washington, your Dftg 1309 instructor. And today we are going to look at assignment number 4. So again, for assignment number 4, we actually are not going to do any 3D work for this assignment. I did roll some 3D stuff out, I think in module number 2, week 2. And we'll jump back into some 3D work once I, determine that you guys have kind of picked up on the 2D. If it was overwhelming, again, as stated, I kind of teach you guys above the level, so it'll help you excel. So fear not, we will get into some 3D, and you will learn how to do some 3D. But I decided to pull back on it for right now. Maybe in the second half, maybe week 8 or week 9, we can actually start looking at some of the 3D stuff, okay? But first things first, let's go ahead and jump right in to assignment number 2. And the first thing I want to do is let's go and look at the assignment so you guys can actually see what we are going to be drawing here, okay? So click here, week 4. We'll click, open this guy up. So this is the guy that we are going to draw today, okay? And if you're having trouble still, I'm doing these videos just for you. We'll draw this together and you can follow along. And then as I told you guys last week, once we get probably week 6 or maybe 7, I'll start throwing you guys some stuff without a video to kind of see exactly where you are and how you're matriculating through the course. But this is our part that we're going to draw. This one's a little bit different from what we've drawn in the previous 3 weeks. I decided to put some radiuses and some diameters on here so you guys can have that experience and know how to use those as well, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First things first, when I start drawing drawings, I like to look at the extents of the drawing, and I like to draw the boundary lines of those extents and then just build off of those lines. So right now our part is essentially 10 feet by 14 feet. Your drawing file, you need to make sure that you are utilizing the Dftg 1309 project template that I sent to all of you guys. And at the end of this video, I will go ahead and delete this sheet that I set up, and I will set up another sheet for you. I think we had some issues there. I had a bunch of questions, and I do know that something went wrong with the video feed. I'm not sure what, but we'll get it in for you during this class period, so moving forward, you won't have any issues with that, okay? So, yeah, first things first, let me go ahead and open up this drawing on my laptop here so I could see it. I typically like to have, 2 screens open, one with the drawing that I'm working on, and the other one is the one that you are looking at now, okay? All right, so good stuff. Got it open on my laptop. So let's jump right into it. Let's go ahead and start drawing those boundary lines that we talked about. Again, our part is 10 feet by 14 feet. So let's go ahead and draw a line vertical. Hold on one second. My keyboard came unplugged. There it is. Let's see, get the alignment back. All right, there you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's go ahead and draw a vertical line. So you want to actually draw a vertical and a horizontal line. So you type in L for line. Okay, if you guys have not gotten the hotkeys, make sure you get the hotkeys. Okay, if you haven't gotten the hotkeys, you need to stop what you're doing and send me a message now so I can send you the hotkeys, because we do have a quiz coming up next week, and some of these hotkeys that we've been utilizing for the first 4 weeks are going to be on that quiz, okay? So let's go ahead and hit L for line and hit the space bar to activate the line command. Draw a line, and you can just go ahead and type in 10 feet, put the foot sign, okay? Let's zoom in here. It's a relatively small part. And we also know our part is 14 feet wide. Okay? Hit escape. So now you want to offset this line 14 feet. So type in O for offset. Hit the space bar to activate it. Type in 14 feet. Hit the space bar to activate it. And let's offset this bottom line up. O for offset. You type in 10 feet. Okay. So this is the boundary that we're going to draw our part in. Okay. So now we're going to actually start. Let's see if I can pull that thing back up. Did I close it? Yeah. I'm going to leave it open so I can toggle back and forth so you guys can see. We're going to actually start at the bottom left-hand corner, and we're going to put this radius in here. And we're going to use the fillet command, F-I-L-L-E-T. The short command for fillet is just F, and then you hit the space bar to activate it, okay? So hit F, hit the space bar to see fillet pops up, hit F, hit the space bar to activate it. And now we have a bunch of selections here. We have undo, polyline, radius, trim, and multiple. We want to give this fillet a radius, so you would hit R and hit the space bar to activate the radius and tell it what radius you want. So right now our radius is 3 feet. So you want to type in 3 feet, hit the space bar to activate it, and now you want to click the two lines that you want the curve to appear on. So you click here and you click here, and there you have your radius of 3 feet there. Okay? So now next thing, let's take this line right here and offset it 3 foot, offset 3 foot. Okay, and let's take this line and offset it 3 foot. Good. Offset it to the west, 3 foot, the plan west, 3 foot. And let's go ahead and clean this guy up. So you activate the trim command, you type in TR, space bar once, space bar twice. Let's go ahead and define the lines like we did in the past couple of weeks. Okay, so there you have your part. All right. So now let's go ahead and offset this line 4 feet. Offset 4 feet. Let's do it again. Offset 4 feet. If you just type in the number 4, AutoCAD automatically thinks it's inches. So you have to make sure you put the 4 feet in there. So you take this line and offset it up. Okay. And they don't give us the curve here. So what we'll do is we'll take this line, if that's 2'4", let's just say 2'8", offset this line, 2'-8", shift inches. Let's take this line offset at 2'8", something like that. And then offset 2'-4" inches, offset 2'-4" inches. You take this line and boom, just like that. So now there's where you have your angle, okay? And you can actually delete this line. All right, and hit L to activate the line command, hit the space bar to activate it. And you would take this line and snap it to this line, okay? Just like that. So now let's clean this guy up. You can take this line and delete it. Highlight that line, delete it. And then hit TR to activate the trim command, hit the space bar twice. So there you have your small part well underway. Okay, so now actually I should have done something different, but we'll make an adjustment because things like this will happen. So this is good for y'all. Let's go ahead and draw a circle, and let's snap to the center line. And you want to hit, see where it says D right here for diameter? Right now it's automatically set to radius. We want a diameter of 4, so you hit D, hit enter, and then type in 4 foot, enter. And so now you see we'll have to make some adjustments here, right? Because our circle, this end should actually be here. So let's go ahead and hit activate the move command, hit M. See M for move, hit the space bar to activate it. Select the object that you want to move, and then take it and drag it over here, okay? And see now, looking at the drawing, we have some issues here, okay? And I did that just for this very reason, because you're gonna run into issues in AutoCAD where you're not drawing something quite exactly how it should be drawn, and you'll have to make modifications. So let's make that modification. This line right here, and I'll draw a line vertical, and we'll offset it just so we can see where the issue is. This line right here, this little portion right here, should be 2 feet 4 inches long. Okay, so you want to offset this line 2 foot dash 4 inches. Okay, so this line right here should actually end here, and the way you fix that is you utilize the stretch command. So you type in S and see stretch pops up. So you hit the space bar to activate it. And when you're using the stretch command, you want to make sure you highlight all points of the line that you want to stretch and all parts of the line that it touches. So you want to highlight this portion of the line, right click, then go up here and left click and snap this line and drag it over to this line, just like that. Okay. Let's go ahead and delete these lines. So here's what our part should essentially look like. So now we can do what? We can go ahead and define the lines at this portion of the model. So you want to trim these lines out. So you type in TR, spacebar. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that. And there is your small part, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put the radiuses on. And we're going to add some dimensions.